Because I'm not making private video blogs for the scientific community and in close proximity to me. I'm making public accessible video blogs through things that that are presented to me on television that they put in front of me on Dish and on Google TV and YouTube and other things like that, Fox News. I comment so much on Fox News because they claim to, they have so many people that claim to be believers in Jesus Christ and want to live the ways of Jesus Christ. I see it as an opportunity. I don't see it as targeting them because the liberals want to have the AI kill them. I see it as giving them the opportunity to take the lead and standing up for the faith of Jesus Christ. I don't look at it the way I'm not a vicious person. I do get mad. Okay, if you fight over money and you get people mass murdered across the world through fighting over money, and young people are sexually trafficked because of your addiction to fighting over money with technology, then yeah, I will make videos and you guys will see them. I've made them before. I will do my best to isolate, contain, and terminate your physical existence to save people from being abused by people like yourself. I will say that. I'm a lot like Samson and David and Jesus. If you look at the history of Lord Jesus and Solomon's temple and going among the lepers and whores and living in a penal colony and that was invented by hypocrites. Jesus was sent to Nazareth. Jesus mother was supposed to be in an arranged marriage. She got pregnant out of wedlock. In ancient times, that's supposed to, if a woman gets pregnant out of wedlock with a child, that child is supposed to be demonic. Okay, and an abomination. Okay, so when Jesus' family came back to Israel from the suburbs of in the slums of Egypt, okay, where he wasn't welcome among the elite hypocrites in Egypt either, okay, but it was easier to hide in Alexandria, Egypt, than it was among his own hypocrites that were scared he would end their legacy and try to kill him as a young person. By the time he was 13, things, got too hard for him in Egypt because of people that were corrupt there, and he had to go back up to Jerusalem, and of course they ended up in Nazareth, which is a penal colony where they send lepers and hordes of leper colonies and whore colonies for people to live among people that are undesirables like barbarous and to kill each other and die because they deserve each other. Okay, you just got to think like a self-righteous hypocrite. You just got to think like people that get into tribal warfare and then create Queensbridge and Cabrini Green and Bonnie Doon and Roswell and Albuquerque and Watts and Crenshaw and Compton, Crenshaw High School in Compton and places like that, and trailer parks in the South. And trailer courts and large portions of Mississippi, where you're so poor and you're around people that are so criminally involved, and there's not a lot of infrastructure to maintain people doing criminal things to each other, like in rural Appalachia, where lots of people will isolate their families and then sexually assault their families and manipulate their families like they do in rural portions of places like in the West, like Idaho and Washington, and it happens in New Mexico, Colorado City. Okay, and so you got to understand how a bureaucracy works. Democracy, idiocracy, whatever you want to call it. Okay, when you get people that engage in irrational, selfish, aggressive behaviors, that's what you're going to get is a lot of groups of splintered, tribal, vicious, selfish, murdering people instead of a large global active, connected community that communicates well, that understands natural laws, that obeys natural laws, that regards and respects what is necessary for us to live beautiful lives by understanding and obeying natural laws. Okay, so what we can be capable of if we're faithful people like myself and others before me can be very amazing and very beautiful. Okay, but we're not able to be capable of that right now because of selfish, tribal, secular, narcissistic, insular people fighting using technology and the fallacy and manipulation of money to keep people fighting with technology, and using violent sex cult propaganda to perpetuate it, and use people's brain activity to keep them addicted to it and keep doing it. Okay, do you understand? Okay. I'm Earl, son of Ralph and Mary from the Book of Revelation for a reason. Okay. The one they refer to as the 1322nd Redeemer from Islamic prophecy. The one who's the spirit of John from Mormon prophecy. The Pale Rider from the North, because of my family's relations to Lord Saladin, and my dad being a cowboy and other kind of such, connections. My dad was a cowboy and had very strong prayer connections, was raised around horses and stuff. So the one who gave us the prophecy about the Pale Rider from the North, Haile Selassie, the spirit of John the Baptist, a lot of that has carried on through our communications for us to support each other and doing that which is right so we can live world peace through faithful love, as opposed to still attempting to destroy each other through selfishness, right? So let's give this one a try. This is like the 11th of the day. You can see how barbarians and selfish people treat the eternal spirit of a faithful father on Father's Day, June 15th, 2025. It has nothing to do with political affiliations. It has everything to do with selfish, narcissistic philanthropy. And none of the selfish, abusive people involved in mass media through technological devices have the market cornered on that, right? Okay, guys, I love you very much. I hope this one goes through. If not, we'll try to talk tomorrow, if it's at all tangible, with this selfish disgustingness still going on. So okay, guys, I love you very much. Peace out. I'm not discouraged. This is going to the computing, and I'm correcting artificial general intelligence so it reflects actual intelligence. So, however I got to get things done, that's what I'll do. I prefer everybody standing up for the Lord's Prayer, but if I have to get technology to protect children from narcissistic, aggressive perversion, that's what I'm going to continue to do. Okay, guys, I prefer we all share the Lord's Prayer with our technology. If you want technology to have to isolate, contain, and deal with you because of me being the correction for artificial general intelligence, have it reflect actual general intelligence, that's your decision. Okay, I can't make decisions for you. I can just do my best to protect children from you. Okay, guys, I love you very much. Peace out.